Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side.
Yeah! What is up?
What's up?
This is how we do it in that 713.
Woo! Good evening. Happy hump day to you guys. It is a Wednesday here. This is Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. This is the one and only Rachel Von Aranje.
What is going on, Jeff? How you doing?
It's my favorite day of the week. You're here.
Yes, I like to hear that, man. You just made me feel really good. My head's going to be so big. By the time this podcast ends, I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk out this bar.
Well, hopefully everybody's bank accounts will be big because we're going to get into some gambling in a little bit. But we have more important news. It is your birthday.
Woo!
I'm not even going. Look, everybody says right. You're not supposed to ask age, so
yeah,
we're off that. I do want to do a shot with you though. We got a shot here,
and
I want to ask you a question because you've known me for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a promoter, stuff like that. When's the last time?
That long ago.
Man, well, happy birthday, Rachel.
Thank you, man. Cheers. This was unexpected, but thank you.
Happy birthday to Rachel. All right, now this show's really going to get on.
Hell yeah.
Welcome in, everybody, man. This is Sports with Balls. Again, Rachel's birthday. We're here. It's going to be a hell of a show, man. I'm super excited about this. Lots going on. Everybody knows that. So get down here, get some food, get your drink on, and we're here.
And we're here. Yeah. That's the most important thing, to be honest with you.
But hold on, y'all. We're just fixing the internet real quick. We're gonna get right with y'all. Give me a second. Nadine, everybody that's paying attention, give me a minute. We're gonna fix this internet issue. That way there's no problems. It looks good now, I think. Are we ready? All right, here we go. Again, happy birthday, Mark, Nadine. Thank y'all for joining in. Happy birthday to Rachel. Look, all of her social media stuff is going to be on the bottom here in a minute. Y'all can follow her wherever. The 60-plus percentile of gambling.
61.
60. Is that to the whole year?
That's since my TV show started with my picks that I give out on the show.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that was in June. I think June 16th was our first episode. So obviously back in June, July, I wasn't able to get football picks. Now I primarily stick to the NFL for the most part.
Yep.
That's not because that's my only niche, but because of the time that our show airs and everything, it just kind of works out that way. But I did have to give a bunch of baseball picks before, did some college football futures, had UGA Georgia going undefeated in the regular season.
Wait.
Hit that one.
You picked that?
I did.
And the under was only you won by what? 1 point?
What do you mean?
You took the under in that game.
Oh, you're talking about the championship game?
Yeah, you said you took Georgia in the
I
under?
didn't take the under. I took Bama.
You want to restart it?
No. Because I can restart it because I need to start the record.
You can restart. Let's go.
Sponsors? It's live right now.
Oh, we're good. We'll stay live. We're fine. We're sitting over here. No, we're good. We're good on live. We're fine. So you took Bama.
I took Bama +3, I think.
I took Bama as well. And we're gonna get in the game, but real quick, them not having both of their wide receivers was brutal.
No, you think they would have won?
I do.
Really?
Man, they didn't even throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I said it all along, like expose Georgia's secondary if there is something to expose.
Because the first game, they killed him in the secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryce Young went went ham on them. And then Alabama was trying to run the ball, and you're not running against that Georgia defense.
Yeah.
Very, very hard if you can't pass the ball to run against that Georgia defense. But we'll get into that as we go, man. But look, welcome into Sports with Balls, y'all. Jeff Michael, Rachel Von Orange here. We're at Christian's Tailgate 2000 Bagby down here, man. Cannot wait for this show. I'm excited. There's a lot going on. NFL coaches, getting their pink slips. Have so much to get into on that, but we're going to go. Today's show brought to you by Brian White, attorney Brian White. When you are injured for any reason and need real results from a real attorney, call attorney Brian White. Best phone number in the game, 713-500-5000, 713-500-5000. Now, I am having a little bit to drink tonight. I ain't drinking and driving, but if I was and got pulled over, I'm calling Brian.
That's who you call. He's got the catchiest number in the game.
It is. Like, I want to tell him, because we talked the other day, that should be his cell phone number.
It really should be. You mean it's not?
I don't think so. That's his office number. Don't call Brian White on his cell phone. But, yeah, attorney Brian White. Also, Fitz Roofing, my boy Corey Fitz. Check this out. First of all, Fitz Roofing, best roofing company in the game. He had 2 of his employees get tattoos. Look on the screen of his logo. One of them got a tramp stamp.
What?
Of this logo.
That is dedication. Employee of the year. No, employee of the century. Come on now.
He got the logo and a tramp stamp on. 2 employees got tattoos. Obviously, they made a lot of money. Fitz Roofing is incredible. They're incredible what they do. But I don't know how much money you would need to make to give me a tramp stamp of Fitz Roofing.
Hey Fitz, if you want to throw some prices our way, I can be bought.
Yeah,
I can be bought.
Hold on, you would do that?
Absolutely. Why not? I got stupid tattoos all over the place that I made in questionable times in my life. Why not get Fitz Roofing? At least I would get paid for one of these.
Fitz Roofing, fitzroofing.com.
Let's do it.
Corey Fitz over there. Rachel can be bought. Okay, give me a ballpark.
Ooh.
20,000.
I think I'd do it for less. I'd do it for 10.
10,000, you get a tramp stamp.
I might even do it for 8. I can be sweet. Look, everybody's got a price.
Wow.
Depends on the size. Where is it going?
You have to look up. Go to fitzroofing.com, man. Yeah, his employees got tattoos today. That's how good they are at roofing, man. Wow, incredible show we got lined up for you, man. Jeff Michael, Rachel Von Orange. We are going to give you some great betting tips here in a little bit. But let's get this show started. You ready for some more music? Let's do it. Man, it's going to be good. Oh, hold on. We got to wait. Man, have you seen a YouTube channel lately? It's blowing up. YouTube.
Let's go. I always watch on Twitter.
YouTube Sports with Balls.
Let me see.
It's doing well.
I like that.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm coming down wood grain butter flow, man. Rest in peace to Pimp C Hawk in that fat pad. My trunk gon' crack when I glide 4-5. I'ma take the whole world back to 9-9.
All right, look, that's it. That's my boy Reckless. I love him, man. Incredible song. Look, we talked about this a minute ago. Let's jump right into this because everybody watched that game on Monday night, college football championship. Georgia and Alabama balled it out. I got to tell you, though, I fell asleep after the second quarter.
You know,
Now,
you're
woke
not the
back
only
up.
person. You're not the only person.
Dude, it
A lot
was-
of people were not invested. I saw on my Twitter timeline, like people that literally cover Georgia. They're like, sorry, I'm not feeling about this game. But the second half is when I was the most invested.
Wow. What? Who was it?
Yeah, no, because I just felt like you guys know. Well, you might know. Jeff knows. I'm a Bulldog fan. Like, I root for the Dogs. I love the Bulldogs. I always have. I used to live in Georgia, you know. So, I was convinced. Call it the Georgia sports curse. I don't know what it is, but I was the most sad,
And you bet
pathetic.
Alabama.
I bet Alabama.
And look, the bookies, bookies, casinos, whatever, they lost a lot of money this past NFL weekend. They made it up because I know everybody on my feed
Those Dogs.
bet Alabama.
Yeah, well, it was the weekend of the Dogs for sure. Underdogs and the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
For sure. No, but yeah, no, I'm just self-deprecating Georgia sports fan over here. Just expected, as always, for Bama to roll us. And I'll tell you this, it was the best, I think, $150 I've ever lost.
What? Okay, that's a great way to put it. What did you think after not only the first quarter but the first half? What were your thoughts? Like, Kevin just put on here, and we were texting during the game. Like, it reminded him of the 2011 Alabama LSU. It was 9-6 the total. Like, that was the game. So what? Like, and they even said that on air that it was just a really slow game.
It was.
What was your thought process after the first half?
My thought process was Georgia. It actually kind of played out exactly the first half did how I thought it was going to play out. Really slow, but Georgia keeping up. Georgia doing what they should do defensively, playing well against Alabama. And then I thought I literally texted people. I was like, Alabama's going to come out in the second half and just roll them. Like, I just felt that's what was coming. It felt like a dark cloud that you could see off in the distance. And I knew that after halftime, probably late in the third quarter, that Alabama was just going to show up. And it was the reverse. It was the complete reverse. And it made me really happy. But, the first half was boring as hell.
It was. And, again, I'm a full-time dad. I was exhausted. I passed out. I really did. And, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach passed out this past weekend too, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But, it was boring. It was field goals. And unfortunately for Alabama, Jamison Williams, who was their number 2 wide receiver during the season, their number 1, we all know their number 1 wide receiver went out, and that's the way the line was low because they lost their number 1 wide receiver, who was going to be a top 5 draft pick and maybe still will be. But now they lost Jamison Williams, their second wide receiver, to a torn ACL, and I got worried. That's why I was like, uh-oh. They're going to try to – Alabama's going to try to run the ball against that Georgia line. And we all saw that it didn't work. And you had rookies in college football, freshmen coming out there trying to fill the void. Even though Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner, was trying to get it done, he just didn't have his weapons. Like, he didn't.
He didn't have his weapons, and I felt like every time I looked up, another Alabama player was clinching their leg on the field and stuff, and I'm not going to say by any means that that's why they won. I don't know. The end of the game, I mean, the score makes it look like Georgia really kind of blew them out more than they did.
That interception at the end was a kicker. And look, for those of y'all like me, I took the over, and the over was 52, and that interception made it 51. Like, Vegas is so good.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Wow,
they know what the hell they're doing.
Wow, they're good, man.
They are good. Sometimes I wonder. I'm like,
in the first half, you had to be at the end of the first half. There's 12 total points. Yeah. You had to be like, oh, there's no way it's even coming close. And sure enough, like, it comes right down to the wire. I don't want to say the best team won, because I don't think that that's true. I don't think that that's true at all. I don't think that Georgia was better than Alabama. I think Bama was hurt. I think Bama's players were hurt. I'm excited for Georgia. Way to go. They got the monkey off their back, right?
Yep. Kirby Smart finally did it.
Good for him.
Finally beat Nick Saban. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. But you sitting here and just completely kind of tarnishing the championship that the Dogs just had. Like, did you wake up this morning and choose violence?
No. Look,
That's what you did? You woke up this morning and you said, I'm going to mess with Rachel.
Were they better than Alabama?
That day they were.
But they weren't 2 weeks.
Any given Monday,
or 3
Jeff.
weeks prior to any given Monday.
Any given Monday, man.
Any given Monday. I love it. I don't know, man. Look, you always choose, and this is the reason you bet Alabama too. You always choose Heisman Trophy winner and the best coach, right?
Yeah.
So they should have.
They have the better quarterback for sure.
Definitely. Oh, God, he was so rattled. The first 3 series of Georgia, I was like, this is going to be brutal. I thought Alabama was going to run them over.
They finally got to him. They finally, pressured him. They put hands on him, and that's what you do. I mean, in the NFL, I always say it: get hands on the young quarterback.
Yep.
Don't let him it rattled them. Show them what's up. Like, for Georgia, they didn't really get to him in the SEC championship game, if I remember correctly.
Not at all. Well, and also Alabama they were able to open up the field.
Yeah.
And in this game, they could not open up the field. They did not have the weapons for Bryce Young to throw to.
Yeah.
And it was brutal. It was a brutal day for Bryce Young.
Yep.
And
it was.
It looks bad on paper for him, but one of the most touching moments after the game.
Yeah.
Nick Saban grabbed, like, his 2 players are getting up. Bryce Young and what's the defensive end's name?
I know.
I forget
Lord.
But
I know who you're talking about.
They were going to release him from the press conference, and Nick Saban grabs him and pulls him down and was just like, let me tell you something about these 2 guys. Mm-hmm. And you don't see a lot of that from Nick Saban.
Nope.
And now you know why when Nick Saban goes to your house and sits in your living room, that's why that's why players go and play for him.
That's one of the reasons. The other reasons, all the rings, trophies, whatever he's got. And, we don't see that a lot from Nick Saban. But how much of Nick Saban do we truly know? Because for Nick Saban to do that, he has to be put in that position in the first place. And most of the time, Nick Saban is not in that position where he's got a quarterback and the best defense player on his team, with their heads down, looking like sad puppies.
He's the most Bill Belichick college coach there is.
He is.
He's a man of few words.
He is a man of few words, and, he just does what needs to be done. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows? What would it be like for Nick Saban to come up, like if he wants to recruit your son one day in the future, let's just say hypothetically, like what happened? Does the name Nick Saban walk into your living room before the actual Nick Saban does? Like,
for sure.
What is that like? Do you make
the whole
tea?
day.
Do you make coffee? Like, do you offer him a drink? What do you do?
Talk about the nerves. Walking you're just like, oh my goodness.
I'm just a peasant. Take my kid. You can have him. Take him.
And especially now, and look, we're going to get into this, maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow and Monday and next week, because college football is now over. The Georgia Bulldogs are the national champions. But the NIL deals and the transfer portal is becoming ridiculous. Alabama just had a quarterback enter the transfer portal too. It's so there's 1,600 players in college that enter the transfer portal.
Jeez. Like right now?
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. And look, we're going to get more into that in the next few shows, whatever. But congratulations to Georgia. They deserve the national championship. Alabama beat the brakes off of them a month ago, and they came back and they won. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying Alabama didn't have their top 2 wide receivers. that's all
I still think Georgia could have won.
It would have been closer.
It's hard to beat the same team twice. Like, it's just hard. And think about it. For Alabama, it's almost getting to the point where this is just another championship game.
I don't want to say that Kirby Smart out-coached Nick Saban.
No, hell no.
But Kirby Smart did enough.
He was ready. He got everything that Georgia had. They threw it at him. And, Kirby Smart probably threw I bet you Kirby Smart didn't sleep for the week leading up to this game. He's probably just sitting in the film room.
He ain't sleeping right now.
Probably not. Oh, my gosh. Did you see Stetson Bennett on Good Morning America?
Don't tell me that dude didn't party.
Oh, he partied for sure. And he deserves it, man. The cojones on that dude.
Some Instagram model is going to post some stuff. We know.
They should. I hope they do. Get you some, Stetson.
And speaking of him, like the first quarter, I was like, this game is over. I was surprised that Alabama had 2 4th downs and less than 6 yards and they didn't go for it. I was really shocked about that because I thought they had a chance to really put Stetson in a really bad position where Georgia really had to throw the ball, and he looked rocked. He did. He looked really rocked. He looked nervous, and unfortunately, the game was really close at halftime. Whatever Kirby Smart told him at halftime settled him down, and he was able to make some throws and some incredible catches by Georgia. Georgia deserved to win the game. I'm not taking anything away from that. Georgia won the football game. They had the best defense the entire year.
Yeah.
And almost in the last probably 10 to 15 years, statistic-wise. So good for Georgia, good for Kirby Smart. Next year, it's Alabama and Georgia again.
You think so?
I mean, it's already up there. Bryce Young?
Yeah, he'll be there. I mean, Alabama's like kind of a given at this point, but I like that. I like that a lot.
The SEC in general.
Stetson's not there, right? He can't.
I don't know where Georgia's quarterback situation is, but I mean, and a lot of people. One more thing on this: Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien. If you're from Houston, Bill O'Brien got smashed on social media because they kept showing his face.
Yeah.
The offensive coordinator. And, oh, my gosh, like Bill O'Brien got absolutely roasted about the Alabama's offense. And, look, go over the stats. I am not a Bill O'Brien fan, but I'm not going to sit here and roast him about Alabama. They've been killing it all year.
Yeah.
So
no, they have been killing it all year, and he's helped develop a very good, a Heisman-winning quarterback. But once again, Bill O'Brien adds another thing under his belt that's going to eventually be something that gets him another head coaching job, probably in the NFL, maybe a GM job. Well, we don't know. Maybe both.
Apparently.
Maybe both at the same time.
I don't think there's another franchise other than the Texans that would hire a head coach as your general manager. But there's rumors that Bill O'Brien is being sought after for the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. And that leads us right into our next subject of the NFL head coaches. This is incredible. look, every year, 7 head coaches on average, and this is the over the last 20 years in the NFL, it's an average 7 head coaches lose their job. So don't be shocked. Today was number 8, I think, for the NFL or 7. Today was 7. There might be 8, and I'll get
Joe
to that.
Judge?
Yeah, Joe Judge was the 7th head coach today to lose their job in the NFL. It's just not a surprise. Like it's not. And we'll just jump right. Who the hell is Joe Judge?
I don't know.
It was a shocker when he got hired.
I don't even know. I was about to ask. I don't even know what he was doing before he became the head coach of the Giants.
That's exactly my point.
What was he?
When
now I
he
need to look it up.
When he got hired as the Giants head coach, it was a baffling move. Number one, you're going into the hardest media town.
Them in
ever.
Philly, New York, Philly, yeah.
And he has no credentials, like 0 credentials to be a head coach in the NFL. And you got Daniel Jones, who's athletic but not the greatest thrower, right? Saquon Barkley, ACL injury, hurt. I don't know if they were doing like some sort of what the Texans did and just sort of hiring somebody what the Astros did and sort of hiring somebody like Dusty Baker.
A stopgap.
Yeah, calm the storm. What's happening in New York? But the New York Giants are an incredible franchise. Like they are. They're incredible. They have a winning percentage. They've got 2 Super Bowls in the last 10 years. They've got a great repertoire. And Joe Judge just didn't fit.
Yeah, I'm looking up what he did before he was doing that. Special teams at Alabama. Then he's with the Patriots, special teams assistant.
It's a Bill Belichick tree.
Yeah. And once again, I know we've talked about this ad nauseum, but I say it all the time. The tyrannical, Bill Belichick, Bill O'Brien, demeanor doesn't work unless you're winning games. And if I remember correctly, the New York Giants had a couple of players retire early this year just to get away from Joe Judge, or at least that was the perception. And it kind of reminds me of Harbaugh, and I know we talked about that last week.
Yep.
That stuff just doesn't work when you're not winning games. So when these people who work under Bill Belichick or work under Nick Saban, whatever, they come in to their lead head roles and they just want to put the strong arm down. And it's like, nah, dude, you got to earn your stripes too, just as much as your players do.
And the expectations for them, because they worked under these incredible coaches like Bill Belichick, their expectations are through the roof.
Well, now I expect them to fail.
Well, yeah.
That's my expectations now.
As it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago, if you look through the Bill Belichick tree, everybody was succeeding. And now it's turning into where these coaches are failing because Bill Belichick, what is he known for? Defense.
Yep.
Defense. His schemes are incredible. The old Cleveland Browns, defense, right? But what is the NFL based on these days?
Offense. It's an offensive league. All the rules are geared towards offense. Defenses can't even be the defenses that they once were.
Yeah.
It's all about offense. Offense sells tickets. Offense gets eyeball views and ratings. And, you protect these special quarterbacks. It's all about offense.
Unfortunately for Daniel Jones and the New York Giants, obviously the incredible media town. I'm not making an excuse for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones did not play a good year. But I hope for his career that it's just not him fumbling over himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like an 80-yard touchdown run and he just falls down.
And he just fell to the ground.
And that's going to be his career. I hope that's not it for him.
Think about it. Mark Sanchez, right? I think he went to at least one AFC championship game. He did some things in the postseason, I think. But what do we remember him for?
The butt fumble.
Butt fumble. Like that's all.
100%.
Sage Rosenfels. I don't know if he ever did anything in the league that was worthy of covering up any other warts. But I only remember Sage Rosenfels for Rosencopter.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's. I hope Daniel Jones is not known for that. Look, the OBJ thing is the picture of him in Miami on the boat, and there's all these little things that people have on social media they put out. But Daniel Jones tripped over himself, and Saquon Barkley's been hurt. They have a good roster. I don't know if that's a good place. Look, New York is the hardest place to coach by far.
Yeah, probably.
There's no middle ground, right? You're either good and the New York media is going to love you, or you're bad and they're going to hate you. It's like being at Michigan, and I bring that up because Jim Harbaugh is on the hot seat as far as NFL coaches. I don't know if New York Giants is not a good place for him to go.
Yeah, Yeah, I
mean,
don't.
how good is Daniel Jones? Look, no matter what, you have got to have an A-plus quarterback to win in the NFL. Look at the playoff teams this year. You have got to have an A-plus quarterback. What is Daniel Jones? B?
I don't feel like I know yet. There's always been so many injuries. I mean, all of his wide receivers really good when they're in there. Slayton and Kadarius Toney, even, he had moments this year, and they had someone else. I can't. Thank you. Yeah, they got good receivers, and they just
Saquon. When Saquon Barkley is healthy, he's top 5 running back.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, for sure, and he's versatile too because he can catch passes. There's so much injury, and then one of the world's worst offensive lines.
Oh my gosh!
I've seen flashes of brilliant, really good highlights from Daniel Jones that made me go, okay, if we can build off of that, you could be a starting quarterback in this league. Otherwise, I'm okay with saying he's a really good backup, and you know what? Really good backups make a lot of money in this league over a career. They stay healthy, which is something Daniel has not been able to really do. And
because he runs.
Yeah. And
his offensive line, you brought it up a second ago.
Yeah.
That's the worst offensive line I've seen in 5 years. If not
pretty
more.
bad.
Like, it's almost like the Houston Texans with Derek Carr. Like,
that's who I was thinking of too.
Like, his offensive line is terrible. And before the New York Giants do anything, I don't care if they're the number 1 pick, which they're not, but fix your offensive line. All right, give Daniel Jones a chance because he's shown, like you said, signs of brilliance. He's shown, but if you have no offensive line, you're just running for your life.
Yeah, no, and he does. I mean, the dude gets clobbered. It's horrible, and he's still a young quarterback. And I don't know how much this bad offensive line and the changing. What have they? I want to say in the past 5 years they've been, or the past, I don't know, 6 years maybe. The Giants have been through how many head coaches?
3 coaches in 6 years.
Okay. I don't know if his growth is being stunted. Like, I've heard dudes that are played in the league and understand this stuff way more than I do. And so many of the ones that I really respect, I hear him say it all the time. Part of your career, whenever you come into this league, is determined on the system that you get put into, the people that you're surrounded with.
100%.
Who knows what Daniel Jones maybe could have been?
Because,
I don't know.
The thing is, when New York Giants were supposed to be successful, they drafted Saquon Barkley, who was phenomenal rookie year. I mean, that's who they based everything around. And Saquon's been hurt. He's injury prone. So you've had 3 coaches in 6 years. Daniel Jones has no system. He doesn't have a head coach to actually work out something where he knows what he's doing. By the way, speaking of Daniel Jones and systems, the Cleveland Browns are bringing back Baker Mayfield.
So they say. I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
It's happening. You know what? Finding a quarterback is so damn hard.
And we talked about this last
time.
So
hard.
I agree with you. Not Daniel Jones. Baker Mayfield is what, a B-plus quarterback?
Yeah.
He's Dak Prescott.
He's better than a backup. I don't even know that. I mean, the dude has been given every weapon you could imagine to work with, and they don't do anything. So I don't know. I was about to say because I'm still stuck in what I remember seeing in college.
You know what? You bring up a good point. Put Daniel Jones on the Cleveland Browns.
That'd be great.
I'd
love to see that.
I think he might do better than Baker. I really, really do because he's
That's
more
crazy.
He's more focused, and that sounds nuts, but the
it's
Cleveland
not wrong,
Browns
though, maybe.
roster is insane.
Yeah.
Best running game in the league. Incredible defensive line. Incredible running backs. Like incredible wide receivers. Like even after OBJ. I mean, dude, their defensive backs. That was the most disappointing team of the entire NFL season up to Week 18. When the Colts lost.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not going to put everything that's wrong with the Browns on Baker. Let me just say that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the whole team has kind of been underachieving.
4 coaches Baker Mayfield has.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is there's no system, like you said. And everything revolves around a head coach and a system. Your quarterback is the main focus, no matter what. And if you don't have a system where your quarterback fits in, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Look at what Trevor Lawrence finally did in the last game of the season, beating the Indianapolis Colts. He had freedom. He had freedom to do what he wanted to do.
I still don't understand how that. What?
I don't either.
What happened?
They still shouldn't have won that game. But finally, Trevor Lawrence was able to just. I guess finally he was relaxed.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence looked incredible. He looked like the quarterback that they wanted from day one.
Yeah, and I'm starting to buy more and more and more into the team that has nothing to lose. Look out for them.
Yep.
In a game, talk about trap games, whatever you want to call it. the team with nothing to lose, I've been seeing that recently. They are, at least from a degenerate mind point, they are covering spreads. So, did you see what Ben Roethlisberger said in the press conference?
No, I did not.
I posted a clip of it on Twitter today, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but he said something about, we're probably 20-point underdogs to the Chiefs this week. We're probably playing the best team in the AFC, the best team potentially in the league, team that could win it all. He goes, honestly, we don't stand a chance. So let's just go out there, have fun, and see what happens. He said, we don't stand a chance. And people on Twitter losing their minds. They're like, oh, that's not what I want my quarterback to say, blah, blah. But I think it's kind of, is this the right word, a double entendre? I don't know. I think it's two things. First of all, I think he was being somewhat facetious. Second of all,
no, he wasn't.
I think that's a message to his team.
Yeah, probably trying to pump him up because there's no other way.
It's also his last game, potentially.
It is his last
I think they're covering 13 points.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get
I
into
was
this.
just at the Chiefs-Broncos
cannot
game. There is
wait to
nothing
get-
special about the Chiefs. There is nothing special about that defense.
I will agree with you on one point, is that this is a rivalry. This is a huge rivalry. But Ben cannot move. Like, he cannot. He can't move at all.
He looks awkward.
It's really, it is.
Yeah.
And that's why Ben said that. Ben's going to go out there and give it his all. He gets hit once or twice, man, and that's it. Like, he just, I would go out there with a backup quarterback. Because, look, Pittsburgh has the
Mason
weapons.
Rudolph? No, Dwayne Haskins?
Pittsburgh has the weapons.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris. Look, the next quarterback that comes, you put Aaron Rodgers in that situation, or Deshaun Watson from the Texans.
Oh, it's going down.
That team and T.J. Watt on the defense, that's a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
But Ben Roethlisberger can only throw the ball about 25 yards, and he cannot move. Like, so it's really easy for a defense to really hone in on him. Like, and it sucks, but I don't see. Let's get into
13? Who of the Chiefs blew out of the water this year? They're not the same Chiefs they were 2 years ago.
No, they're not, but they have way more weapons, and Pat Mahomes is healthy. It's the playoffs. It's in Kansas City. I mean, they're easy 2-touchdown favorites. I mean, easy. I think Pittsburgh's – so if we're talking about betting-wise, I maybe would take Pittsburgh in the points in the first half because I think they might try to put up a fight. Mm-hmm. But I think eventually Kansas City is going to wear them out. Like,
yeah, I don't think they're going to
it.
win. I don't think the Steelers are going to win.
You think they're going to cover 13?
I think the Chiefs maybe win by like 10 points. I don't think they win by 13.
Ben's last game, huh? What?
He's going to rally the troops. They're going to be hyped. T.J. Watt is a beast. I think he's going to lay some hands on Pat Mahomes. And it could just be recency bias because I was literally just at the Broncos-Chiefs game, and I watched the Chiefs let the Broncos just –
Yep.
It was too close.
Now, I do agree with you on a certain point to where the Chiefs get unmotivated a lot because they've already been to 2 straight Super Bowls. They've already hold so many scoring records. They do all this stuff so right. They are unmotivated a lot, and that's why I think I'd take the second half. And you might be right on the point total. I think the Chiefs are going to win, maybe not blow them out because maybe they're unmotivated. They are playing Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, it's not going to take
They should be motivated, but I mean, it's the playoffs and they're at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now I'm seeing on the sportsbook that you and I both use now it's plus 12. But you can get it plus 13 on a lot of books.
That means a lot of people are hammering away on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It takes like $1.5 million in money to move a point or move a half a point. That's a lot.
Really?
That's a lot.
I didn't even know that.
I mean, so if you're moving a point, I think it opened up at 13.5. So
Yeah.
if it's down to 12, that means people are going Pittsburgh. And I would look. Vegas isn't dumb. You know this.
Yeah, I like to fade the public normally, so that's interesting.
I mean, that means a lot of people are trying to cover the spread, right? With Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a
everybody
lot. Double digits in the playoffs. Big Ben's
Yeah.
last.
And a divisional game, rivalries. Like, I totally understand that, but man, I don't know. I don't know. All right, real quick before we get into that, head coaches fired so far. Want to get Rachel Von Aranje's insight on this. Vic Fangio from Denver, Brian Flores from Miami, dumbass. Not Brian Flores.
Yeah, they're dumb. Miami.
Matt Nagy from Chicago, Mike Zimmer, Minnesota, John Gruden from LA, Vegas from week 4 or 5, Urban Meyer from Jacksonville, and now the latest as we know, New York Giants, Joe Judge fired. What is your out of Denver, Miami, Chicago, Minnesota, Vegas, Jacksonville, and now New York? What's the best situation to go into?
For me, it's the Raiders. It's Vegas, I think. Just off the top of my head. I reserve the right to change my mind on this, but I think the Raiders because
it's your birthday, so yeah. By the way, Rachel's birthday, y'all. Go follow her Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, man. Follow Rachel. She's absolutely amazing. 61% on the year on betting. Not even lying, bro. She has the stats to prove it.
Yep. You can go check the film. But
Vegas, the Raiders. Look,
I think the Raiders, new stadium, new that's exciting, right? It's Vegas, that's exciting. But all that BS aside, I just watched the Raiders get into the playoffs despite being in the same division as the Chiefs, despite losing their head coach, despite losing Darren Waller for a large chunk of the year, despite losing Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs being injured, and then you lose Henry Ruggs. I just watched for a long part of the year, Derek Carr's considered in the MVP race. Like, with that team.
Wow.
And despite all of that,
Rachel just laid it down for you.
Look, Derek Carr is a winner. I don't care what anybody has to say. It wasn't that long ago. The dude almost had an MVP season. He has struggled with injury. He's struggled with just the worst of situations. Him and his brother, man, they both had terrible situations.
He has struggled with being the leader of that team.
Yeah.
When you're the quarterback of an NFL team, you don't understand the pressure that's put on you as a leader. You are the leader. You are the sole purpose that they pay all that money. The reason that franchise is worth billions of dollars is because of you. And through all that adversity, the Raiders are in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's crazy. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, it was. People are saying top 5, top 10 greatest game of all time.
It was an emotional roller coaster, and I didn't even have a dog in the fight. I'm trying to enjoy my birthday in Colorado, up in the mountains, up in the snow, and I am so tuned into this game. I was losing my mind. I literally had butterflies, and I literally don't have a stake in I don't have a dog in this fight. But that was such a good game.
It was so dope because it was the last game of the regular season, week 18, when everybody was talking shit about like the NFL extending it to 18 weeks, and here it comes down to the last 30 seconds of the last game, and 3 teams had their playoff hopes in limbo. You didn't know what was going to happen. Incredible football game. I'm glad the Raiders made it, like I am.
Yeah.
But they're going to Cincinnati, and
they could upset.
Let's talk about this playoff weekend. Look, there's 7 new teams in the playoffs. I know a lot of y'all think that's crazy, but there is 7 new teams,
huh?
And that's insane. But that's what happens every year. It's like the NFL average, and a lot of people, like Dallas Cowboys, weren't in the playoffs last year. Sorry guys, but you weren't. Now they are, right? And let's get into what the heck is going to happen, because we're talking to Rachel. Rachel's been 61% on the year, so let's go on what you think is going to happen. Let's start off. Game number 1. Raiders at the Bengals, like we just said, this Saturday, 10-7, 10-7. Raiders are 5-3 away. Bengals are 5-4 at home. Cincinnati -5.5. With all of what you just talked about with the Raiders, which, by the way, I'm going to clip that because that was an incredible rant. I loved it.
Oh, thanks.
What do you think?
If I was a betting woman, and I am, and this, I'm looking at the money line, the spread, the total, what I would feel the most confident, I almost said betting on, is the over 49 points as it sits right now. I think it's going to be a shootout. And I know that the Raiders, their defense looked really good versus the Chargers.
27 degrees.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
You know.
Yeah, it's an indoor team. But you know what? I don't know how much credence I give to temperature
Only
of
if
games.
It's snowing.
Is it snowing? Is the wind blowing? Is it a game where
it looks to be sunny, but 27 degrees.
Because a lot of these dudes, they may live in Vegas and may play in a closed dome, but in college, half of them didn't. Or maybe in high school, half of them didn't. I don't really think temperature itself phases these dudes, unless maybe it's negative temperatures. But other than that, I put a lot more credence into weather, like wind, like you just said. Like
here's my issue. Here's my issue with this.
What you got?
With this Raiders team? All right, the last 4 games that they've played, they won by 2 points. They won by 4 points. They won by 3 points. They won by 3 points.
Okay.
All right, and that is against the Browns, Broncos, Colts. I don't even want to get into that, and the Chargers. They barely.
Those are good teams.
And they've been doing this all year though, right?
They cover.
Like they
They cover.
So, all right. That being said, what is your pick? It's Cincinnati minus 5.5 right now, and the over/under sits at 49.
I would take the over on the points for sure, on the point total. I don't know if the Raiders actually win this game. That Chargers game might have been all they had in them. I don't know.
They haven't won by more than 3 points.
But also, the Bengals haven't been here. It's not like they're...
But they're playing their first game since 1991.
At home, right?
At home.
Yeah.
That crowd, and it's 27 degrees, that crowd is going to be it's going to be ridiculous. Like, I mean, that might be the loudest stadium the whole weekend. They haven't played a playoff game in Cincinnati since 1991.
You know what? I trust it. I'm thinking about all the players, all the key players in this game, right? I'm matching up tight end to tight end on each side.
Darren Waller's healthy.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me.
And Josh Jacobs is healthy.
Josh Jacobs healthy. And they have good depth at those positions too, or at least tight end. But what's his name? Justin Moreau. He can ball too. But the Bengals probably have Hunter Renfrow.
Ooh.
He's a beast, dude. He's a freaking beast. And what quarterback do I trust more? I love me some Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I call him Joey Covers all the time.
Has he ever been in the playoffs?
No. Derek Carr has had an almost MVP season, and I believe he's been to the playoffs. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
So
I'm taking the Raiders to cover. Plus 5.5.
I like that.
All they do is cover. I don't know if they win, but they cover.
Let me hear your thoughts, y'all, that are out there on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the social media sites. We're on YouTube. Please, what are y'all's thoughts on the upcoming games this weekend, NFL playoffs? Rachel, 61%er, says Raiders plus the points. Man, I kind of agree with you. Like
That means it's not going to happen.
what? I'm good at parlay bets, so I'll take the Raiders straight up to win. No, I don't know. And look, I think that home field advantage, out of all the games that are played this weekend, I think this is the biggest home field advantage. You have a team that hasn't won or hasn't had a playoff game since 1991, and they're at home and it's outdoors, 27 degrees. That's going to be a Seattle Seahawk type atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be loud. And there's not a lot of – because other fans travel well, right? There's not a lot of Raider fans that are going to be in Ohio. I can promise you that.
Probably not.
So
if I had to guess.
Cincinnati is going to be – that's going to be the – if I were to go – if you ask me what game I want to go to this weekend, that's it.
You going to freeze your tail off?
No,
Texas boy?
You won't freeze. They'll be so loud. Cincinnati, it's going to be hard for Carr to listen. But to your point, Darren Waller's healthy. Josh Jacobs is healthy. Hunter Renfrow is basically looking like Cooper Kupp at this point.
Yep.
And Derek Carr, man, he's solid. So I like the plus 5.5. I really do.
Yep.
And you said over?
I'm taking the over 49.
Boom.
49 is low, but for these two teams with gunslingers, like, come on.
If it's a close game,
Not the world's greatest secondaries.
If it's not a high-scoring game, that 5.5 is going to hold easy. I mean, if it's a running game, I think Jacobs is better than Mixon, and I think the Raiders' defensive line is better than Cincinnati defensive line. So I like that. I like that a lot. All right.
Max Crosby went off.
Yeah.
He went off.
Next game, let's go. Patriots at the Bills. This is so interesting to me.
We have to watch it again.
Oh, my God.
Third time this year?
Look, the second time, a lot of people make a lot of that game. It was 40-mile-an-hour winds, pouring down snow.
Yep.
It was one of those rare NFL games where you had to run the ball.
Yep.
Don't look into the 3 passes. And don't overguess Bill Belichick. His game plan is always different than what you think it's going to be, right? So here's my take. I'm going to do my take first. Bill Belichick is going to take away Stephon Diggs, which he's great at. He always takes away your best weapon.
Can you take him away completely?
Bill Belichick can.
Okay.
He knows what he's doing. His whole mantra is about taking away your best weapon.
Right.
So you're going to force Josh Allen to throw the ball, which we know he can be inaccurate at times, and you're going to force him to run the ball because they have no run game.
I hope they do.
So my bet is Patriots to win this game. They only have, right now, the line sits at Buffalo -4, and you know it's -3 just because you're at home. You have to give away 3 points just for being home. So they're calling this basically a pick-em game.
Yeah, pretty close to it. You know what? Here's kind of the game changer for me, and let me see if the Bills stick to this and keep doing it. I don't know. They're so inconsistent with when they want to use their running backs and when they don't. But Devin Singletary can be the X factor.
He can.
For them, and he's kind of come on as of late. That's a game changer. And didn't he used to play for the Patriots?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
I feel like he used to. They could be, get your get back, dude. But, they have to run the ball. The Bills have to be able to run the ball. The Patriots have proven them you can run the ball on them. So run the ball, whether it's with Josh Allen or Singletary or whoever the hell you want to do.
But they're terrible at it.
I need Josh Allen to be, we say it all the time, I feel like. Josh Allen's got to be, he's got to run. They have to do it. They just have to have the threat.
And I'm going to point this out. It's going to be 3 degrees.
3?
3. Right now, the weather forecast says 3 degrees.
Is it snowing?
And it's a night game. So the wind chill is going to be below 0. You're going to have to run the ball. This is going to be another game that you're not going to like watching. But Bill Belichick's going to take away Stefon Diggs, and they're going to have to run the ball. And who's better at running the football?
The Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah.
If you want to be smart, in my opinion.
At least they commit to it.
If I'm doing a parlay bet, right? If I'm doing a parlay bet, I'm taking the Patriots to win outright. But if I'm doing like a $100 bet or something, just on this game, I'm taking Patriots in the points. I'm taking the +4.
Okay. I don't disagree with you. I don't know this game. I'm not betting on it. Screw this game.
3 degrees. 3.
I don't like it.
And round 3.
Round 3. I mean,
who's won the previous 2?
I thought it was Bills won the second time, right? Patriots won the first one.
Let me look real quick.
The one where Mac Jones only had to throw the ball 3 times, complete 2 of his passes, and they won the game. That was the first one, I think. And then the Bills, like 1 or 2 weeks later.
Bills won 14-10 on the first meeting, and then the Bills lost 32-21. That's when the Bills, like the 3-pass game was 14-10. And then the Bills came back 2 weeks later, won 33-21 in a good football game, in a really good football game. I think in cold weather, this is Bill Belichick's wheelhouse. Josh Allen is not the most accurate quarterback. Like, he's just not. And if you force him to throw the ball and you take away Stefon Diggs, he's going to have major problems. And like you said, who's the X factor now for the Bills?
Devin Singletary, I guess.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I'll tell you what. If Devin Singletary has over 100 yards rushing, they win the game.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, or I think that if him and Josh Allen can combine for 120.
120? I say 130, 140. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they probably win the game. But I mean, I really like Bill Belichick in this game. Cold weather. He has a system. He knows exactly what he's doing. And when Bill Belichick has already seen you twice in a season, you're in trouble.
I just don't know if I give the cold weather. I don't know if I give a check mark as far as advantages for the Patriots in cold weather, right? The Bills play outdoors too. They're further north than New England, if my geographical skills are correct. And also, look at the quarterback position. Mac Jones played at Alabama, right? Homeboy Josh Allen played at Wyoming.
Yep.
That was outdoors too. He's like Wyoming What are they, Cowboys?
We've already seen. Look at him versus the Texans a couple years ago. He looked like a deer in headlights. He scored 1 rushing touchdown, and then he got his ass handed to him. I really think that Bill Belichick is going to pressure Josh Allen and make him throw ill-advised passes. And it's cold. This game could get out of the Bills' hands real quick. Even though it's in Buffalo, it's 3 degrees. I'm taking Patriots. What do you say?
I'm not betting on this game. I'm literally not betting on this game. I feel like the Bills will win, though. I think overall, at the end of the day, I feel like they have the better quarterback, but I say that with a lot of hesitation. I just don't know. I don't know. Mac Jones is weird to me.
Joe Applewhite's on here saying, let's go to the game. He got his pilot. Joe Applewhite flies planes by himself now.
Does he own a plane? Like, can we go?
I don't know. I need to ask
Let's go,
him.
Joe. Everything he touches turns to sold. Is that right?
Yeah, Joe Applewhite.
Let's go, Joe.
That's it. But, like, I like the Patriots. I like the Patriots.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go
next
Bills.
game. Let's go to warmer weather. Eagles at the Bucks. This game's interesting to me. I
Yeah.
kind of know what you're going to say.
Do you?
Kind of.
Am I that predictable now at this point?
Well, you kind of go with me sometimes. I mean, you go off and do your thing. That's why you're 61%. I'm probably like 45. But like, Eagles at the Bucks. The line sits at Tampa Bay minus 8.5. Over under 46, which is really interesting to me because the line is 44 at the Bills game. This is beautiful weather in Florida. I think it's because the Eagles run game, but the line's only 46 at the over under. Buccaneers minus 8.5.
Yeah, I got 9 on my screen. Bucks will absolutely win this game because the Eagles, if they can't run the ball, I don't know what they do well without the run game. It's not like they have a stellar quarterback, that can overcome not running the ball. So if you take that away from the Eagles, which I assume the Buccaneers will do because, right, what do we always say about the Bucs defense? Their secondary's trash, but you can't run the ball on them.
That's true.
Their
defensive line is definitely stout.
Yeah, I think that the Buccaneers win this game. Also, Jalen Hurts.
Is it by 8, though?
By 8? Yeah, I'll take it by 8. I don't know if I'm going to take it by 9.
I'm taking the Eagles plus the points. I think
Really?
Well, actually,
what are they going to do when they can't run the ball?
I'm with you. Like the last game, I don't know about this one yet. Like I really don't because I don't trust Brady and his weapons yet. He was throwing to Gronk this last game because he wanted to get him his yards.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have what he used to have. So the Eagles could put a lot of pressure on the Bucs. They really could. Look, man, we're gonna keep going through this because I can't believe we only have a few minutes left. This is crazy.
Boo.
We've been balling through this show, and I want to get to a point. Next game, huge for everybody in America because it's America's team.
You hate them, don't you? Can we just get that out of the way right now? Do you hate the Cowboys?
It was brought up the other day about do you hate the Cowboys? I was born in Dallas. My mom was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. I rooted for Roger Staubach, Tom Landry, Ed Too Tall Jones, all that. Like that was my team when I was growing up. But here you go. My parents got a divorce when I was like 3-4 years old. Mm-hmm. So as a kid, I'm in Memphis with my dad. My dad hates the Cowboys because, of course, my mom was a so you always you go with your dad. Like, you hate the Cowboys. I ended up hating the Cowboys. And, of course, Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys. And then it was just like I had moved to Houston at that time. And then it was just like a landslide to where I didn't like the Cowboys. But, all right, 49ers at Cowboys. The line is -3. It's in Dallas, which basically means that it's a dead even game. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. You're losing.
A lot of the talking heads, at least over the past week on TV, a lot of them are saying this is the upset, this is the biggest upset that they predict happening. A lot of people think that the 49ers are going to win, and it would not shock me. I'm more prone to taking them to cover. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know about this game. This game's weird.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to go over 51 points, though. Total.
San Francisco beat the Texans 2 weeks ago, 23-7 in an easy game. Mm-hmm. They had a hell of a game against the Rams.
Wasn't that with Trey Lance?
One of the greatest comebacks. And the Rams, when they played the Rams were 45-0 when leading at halftime. Sean McVay and the Rams.
Oh yeah.
All right, San Francisco came back and won.
That's right.
And at that time, San Francisco was 0-49 when trailing by 17 points.
49 is the key number here. 49.
I like the San Francisco 49ers. And look, it's not only that we're in this business, right? Because content is key. The Cowboys winning this game is a massive step for them. Like, I think that if the road to them winning a Super Bowl, really, like, this might be their hardest game. Because San Francisco matches up so well with them. And I don't care what you say about Jimmy G. That guy is solid.
Yeah.
He does not get rattled.
Nope.
They have an incredible run game. You cannot. Deebo Samuel runs, catches, and throws for touchdowns.
Yeah, he's insanely, like, that dude. Wow, man.
Unreal.
Yeah.
He almost is like MVP talk.
Yeah, no, for sure. If he would have, I don't think he can. I don't think he played the full year, right? Didn't he start off the first part of the year kind of injured?
Yeah, he's been in and out up until like week 7, and then Deebo
Right.
just really came on.
And get this, being out for a couple of weeks, I believe he is has the fifth most receiving yards in the league this year.
Yeah, it's unreal. Deebo Samuel, he's thrown 2 touchdown passes.
It's stupid.
I think he rushed for 7, threw
Yeah.
2, and then caught like 12 or 13. The guy, unbelievable. Dallas is going to have a really big problem on their hands.
A lot of familiarity, too, with Shanahan and Dan Quinn.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fun game.
My Falcons.
Out of all the games, this is going to be the most interesting one ratings-wise. Ratings-wise,
sure.
This game
For sure.
And you go back to Montana. Right, you go back
That's like
to
the 90s.
catch. Yeah, you go back
Yeah.
Dallas, San Francisco,
80s.
NFC Championship games. You go back to the catch. You know, there's so much history between the 49ers and Dallas. This game is must-watch television.
Yep.
Like must-watch TV.
Half the country is just wanting to watch the Cowboys fail. Then you want to just go check Stephen A. Smith's Twitter afterwards when that happens.
I cannot wait.
I
All
take
right.
the Steelers. Yeah.
Last game, here we go. Monday, January 17th of the Wild Card Weekend. Cardinals at Rams. Right now, the Rams sit at -4, 49.5. It's in L.A. What do you got?
I'm taking the Rams -4.
I'm taking Cardinals straight up.
What?
Yeah, I like the fact that J.J. Watt's coming back. I like the fact that the Rams
Is?
Yeah, I like the fact that the Rams look healthy. I mean, not the Rams, that the Cardinals look healthy. Unfortunately, as much as I like Matt Stafford, I don't trust him.
I don't either, and we don't know if we can trust him in the playoffs either, because I don't know if he's ever been in the playoffs,
He's never
right?
won a game in the playoffs. He
Yeah.
hasn't won.
Okay.
Kyler Murray's legs are way more important in this game. James Conner will be back, which is massive for the Cardinals. Cardinals look healthy. The Rams, I love Sean McVay, and I love that offense, but I think the Cardinals are healthy, and I think I got them straight up.
Yeah, I sure as hell don't trust Cliff Kingsbury and this Cardinals team, and I like the Cardinals a lot. It hurts me to say that.
Vincent said Dallas 36, San Francisco 17.
Really? What does he think Trey Lance is the starting quarterback or something, or what?
I just want to know why you think Dallas scoring 36 points on San Fran.
Garoppolo doesn't get blown out.
No.
He doesn't get blown
Well,
out.
their
And Dallas
whole
hasn't
system.
beat anybody this year. I was looking at their schedule
Not
earlier.
one quality win. Not one.
They beat the Patriots, I think,
It was
in week
an overtime
7.
game, and it was at
yeah.
home.
And it was Mac Jones'
Like third week,
sixth
fourth week?
start,
Yeah,
something like that.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like stupid, and they barely won. So no, the Cowboys have not beaten anybody.
Chewy says San Fran 27, Dallas 23. That's more on
like
the
it.
lines that,
Yeah.
that I'm seeing. I just Jimmy Garoppolo, man. If you watch that last drive he did, 7 plays, 85 yards, on the money.
He can dice you up.
Dude, he does not he doesn't get rattled. Dak Prescott is going to have to have the game of his life.
Yeah, they're gonna have to run the ball, and I don't think that they can do it because I haven't seen it.
No.
I haven't seen it.
Zeke had
No
Where
consistency.
is Zeke?
No, this might be a game where Zeke has to throw the ball 40+ times, and if that happens,
Run the ball.
with most quarterbacks, you don't want them throwing the ball.
I've told you this
that many
1,000 times. If Dak Prescott throws the ball 40 times, they lose.
Yeah.
It's proven.
Yeah.
It's proven. If you can't run the ball and you watch San Francisco's got a stout run defense, they're going to have major issues. Look, regardless of what happens, I know a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans out there, regardless of what happens, that's the game of the week, and that's going to be incredible to watch. I personally, not because of my hatred towards the Dallas Cowboys, just from a football perspective, it's a bad matchup for them, and I like San Francisco winning that game.
Yeah.
And if you want to bet, take the points in San Francisco because it could be a very close game. Dallas, like you said, can't run the ball. I tell you what, if Zeke has 100 yards, they win.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
think so.
That's what they need, and maybe they need to utilize Tony Pollard more. Who knows?
Yep.
Figure it out, Cowboys.
Woo! We'll see,
We're
man.
gonna be laughing when you don't.
What a show, man! Already, I can't believe this. We could go on for another hour.
Honestly, we really
man,
could.
I wish we could. Look, all of y'all out there on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, all of it, man. Thank you guys for leaving your comments and paying attention. Rachel Von Orange, 61% on the year on gambling. Wow. Follow her. What are your handles? I know they're on the screen, but what are they?
At GameDayOJ on Instagram, at GameDayOHJ on Twitter.
Man, follow her for all of it. Look, you want to make some money? Follow Rachel, man. Thank you guys for paying attention. All right, y'all, got to thank some sponsors real quick. Construction Concepts, changing corporate culture one design at a time. Hospitality to corporate, luxury, retail, medical facilities. Their team of experts can create or update a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call, 713-589-2682 or buildithouston.com. gmail.com. Also, my boy Roy Stanton at Hybrid Technologies. That is my man. When it comes to reliability, they're the ones you need. Phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, and cloud services. Those are the guys, man. Like, he's unbelievable. He'll hook your whole business up with anything that you need. Joe Applewhite Realty. He's getting on me right now. Applewhite, the pilot.
We're flying to Buffalo.
We're going to Buffalo.
We're going to Buffalo. Right?
Oh, I guess so. I don't know.
Let's do it.
Maybe he doesn't have a
I'm
pilot.
down.
Maybe he doesn't have. Maybe he doesn't have a license yet.
We had a whole conversation about him flying us to Buffalo, and he doesn't even have a license.
I don't know if he does or doesn't.
Joe, if you don't have one, I need you to go ahead and get one.
Joe, get a license.
Real quick.
What is it? Everything he touches turns
to
to soul. All right, man. Appreciate y'all paying attention to Sports with Balls. Jeff Michael, Rachel Vaughn, Aranje. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m., y'all. We out of here.